Hey everyone, this is John from Rad Relics, and today we're going to be talking about 3 things on my list. I've got 3 things that we need to discuss. The first thing is I got another negative feedback. Yep, I sure did. I'm a bad boy. Crazy packing supplies that are used over here. I've got some crazy packing supplies that I would love to show you. People that ship me stuff that I bought off eBay, and some really weird and kind of dangerous packing material. I know that sounds weird, but stick around and we'll talk about it. And I would like to see eBay move away from maybe text-based feedback, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. And that ties into our first subject, and that is I got another negative feedback for a t-shirt that I sold on eBay. Yes, I sold a shirt on eBay, and the guy left me a negative feedback because he said that it was not an extra large shirt, that it was a large shirt, and I was kind of confused. I looked up the shirt, seen what he was talking about, and realized that it was a shirt that had the little hang tag missing out of the back of it. And I go and I check the guy's feedback. He has like 129 feedback. He's only left 6 feedback on eBay, and 2 out of those 6 feedback are negative. So, like, that's a pretty big flashing red light that the guy doesn't really like to leave feedback, but when he does, you've got 2 out of 6 chance that it's going to be a negative. Or I guess if we reduce those fractions down, if my 8th grade math teacher is pretty excited right now, because if we go from 2/6, that would be 1/3 of the feedback that guy has left is negative. How absolutely insane is that? Maybe, one of my favorite sayings is that if 1/3 of the negative feedbacks that you leave, or 1/3 of the feedbacks that you leave on eBay are negative, then maybe eBay isn't for you. Maybe you don't need to be buying and selling on eBay. So anyways, I messaged the guy and I'm like, look, I know you say that it wasn't an extra large shirt, and I get that, and I was kind of on the fence about it myself, and I said that in the listing that it does not have a tag. I'm not sure if it's an extra large. I'm calling it an extra large, but here are the measurements in the photos. Please go look at the photos. Please check the measurements to one of your shirts, and please make sure that it will fit. Please make sure that it will measure up to one of your shirts. Like, take your shirt out, lay it out, measure it, and then check it with the measurements on the shirt that I'm selling. I was like, you didn't do that. And like in the feedback, he kind of accused me of ripping the tag out. Like I'm trying to misrepresent the shirt. Like I'm going to take the tag out so I can say it's an extra large. Like it's just, you run into just stupid people sometimes. Like every once in a while, you just venture off the trail and you stumble upon a dummy. And I think that's what I did in this case, is that I wandered off the trail and I stumbled into a dummy. So I messaged the guy and he still didn't get it. So I said, look, and I explained it to him a little bit in more detail. And the guy said, well, it's done. And I'm like, but we can undo it. I said, what if we can undo it? What if I could give you a refund for the shirt and you revise your feedback? And I should have been more specific, but that'll come in later in the story. I said, we'll let you revise your feedback and then it can be undone. And he says, sounds good. So I give him his money back for the shirt. And I thought for sure that the guy would just because we'd been messaging back and forth. But no, not this guy. He's not going to do it automatically. He's going to make me wait a little bit because he's that guy. He's the guy that's like, I'm not going to do this for you right now. I'm going to let you sweat a little bit because I still think you're a piece of garbage because you sold me exactly what was in the listing, but I didn't read, and now it's all my fault. But I don't want to take the blame. I'm going to shift the blame off onto you. And I'm going to make you sweat a little bit. So he made Johnny sweat just a little bit. And today I get the feedback revision. Found out that he had revised the feedback. Let me take a drink of water here real quick, because this story takes a turn, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So I go and I check the feedback revision, and it said that I had 2 negative feedbacks, but now it says I have 1 neutral and 1 negative, and I know exactly what this wonderful human being has done. I know exactly what he's done, but I'm not sure. I wasn't even sure if this was possible, but apparently it is. I went and I clicked. I was like, well, maybe somebody else left me a negative feedback or neutral feedback for something else. I had a lady that bought a pair of shoes from me, and I told her that when she bought the shoes that they were the shape-ups and the foam kind of disintegrates on them. I said, I flexed the soles. I said, I don't know. If you get them and you don't like them, I said, just open a return and send them back. And she starts messaging me. I'm going off on a tangent, but another buyer that the foam is falling out of them. I'm like, okay. Send me a photo or just open a return and send them back. And then she messaged me back and said that she didn't know how to send a photo. I said, I don't need a photo. I said, just open a return and send them back. And she wrote me something back. I just archived it. I'm not going back and forth with these people, which is probably why I'm getting negative feedbacks. But I get so many positive feedbacks, I feel like it really doesn't matter. But I thought that I said all of that to say this. I thought that this might have been the lady. I thought maybe she left me a neutral feedback for the shoes. And come to find out, it was Mr. T-Shirt Man that he revised his feedback from negative to neutral. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was possible. But now we all do. Now we all know it's a thing, and we all know it's possible. So there you go. I replied to the feedback. And I wasn't, rude. I wasn't going to be mean, but I was just honest in the feedback. And I hate writing books, but it's been getting to where I've been writing books out, I feel like. But he said, seller refunded my money. All good now. Not all good, all neutral now, because positive would be good. And I said, this is my reply to him. I made a reply feedback that says, I said, if you would have read the description, you wouldn't have to leave me a negative feedback and then this neutral revision as if it's my fault. Bro, learn how to take accountability. Enjoy your free shirt. And I know that might not be the most responsible thing to say. I'm probably, a few of you are out there like, oh, you can't be talking like that to people, but I did. And, there's nothing wrong with it. I just, difficult people are difficult. Even kids today. We had an incident at our school today where an 8th grader got into a fist fight with the substitute teacher. The substitute teacher, I don't know if she was in the right or the wrong, but she defended herself, and I think that you have the right to defend yourself, be it from a 8th grader or an 18-year-old or, a 45-year-old father of 3. If I attack you at the grocery store, you have your right to defend yourself. Like, it has to be justified. You're going to have to talk to the police. They're going to be like, why did you do it? Why was you can't stomp somebody out, but you have the right to justifiably protect yourself. That's the end of that rant. So what I would love to see is I would like to see an end to the text-based feedback system on eBay. I think it's ridiculous. I think that we don't need to be able to write a 500-word essay as feedback. I think that what we need to be able to do is just leave stars. I think that we should be able to leave DSR ratings. What do you guys think? I don't really like text-based feedback. No one really cares. We don't need to be able to leave pictures and stuff. eBay is complicating the feedback system, and I think it's kind of dumb, and I don't think that we need it to be so complicated. I think it could be a lot less complicated. And that's what I have to say about the text-based feedback system. Do you guys agree? Do you like the text-based system? What would you like to see? Do you have another plan? Like besides the DSRs and the stars, would you like to see another feedback system? Maybe do away with feedback altogether. I don't know. I guess you kind of need it because you need some kind of rating service so that people, because we're going to talk about that here in just a second. There are a lot of bad sellers out there, but I am not one of them. But I'm going to show you guys some stuff that I got here. The first item, we're moving on from that. So if you've got a comment about the feedback system, let me know down below. Let me know in the comment section. But we ordered a very expensive item for my son, and in that item, we've got, I don't know what this is. I'm going to rip my label off of it, and I should have done that by now. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, it's some kind of a headphone box. Real thin cardboard, like not very stout here. This, we bought my son an item and it was $100, and that's the box that they shipped it in. And environmentally friendly. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna say okay. But the next item that we got here came in a box like this. It's a reused Amazon box, and they use black duct tape. They use black duct tape, and they reuse the Amazon box, which is fine. I've used duct tape on heavy items before. I've reused plenty of Amazon boxes. But one thing that I have never done in my whole life is actually ship something in fiberglass. This is fiberglass, like insulation. Like, this is made out of fiberglass. My hands are itching just from picking it up. And we bought my son a Undertaker figure, and he was stuffed right in there. I'm going to throw it away because I don't want to get fiberglass all over me. But that is what the Undertaker figure came in. So, eBay is pretty interesting. I think we can all do better. I think that old Johnny here can have a better attitude when he gets a negative feedback, even when it's not deserved. Maybe some of you out there will think that my negative feedback is deserved, and that's okay. Maybe some of you will think that my response was a little too harsh. My criticism of why I think that, not paying attention to the listing could have saved him and myself a bunch of trouble. I've got now a neutral feedback that's going to be on there for a whole year. But I guess it's better than a negative. So, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please go down below and like it. Maybe subscribe to the channel. And if you don't, go down below and tell me about it. And if you really want to get even with me, I hear that if you click the thumbs down button twice, that it will suspend my channel. Have a good day.